Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is FRR edition number 3. This is stage 1. Stage 1 of edition number 3. If you're doing all 3 editions, it is, I believe, stage 15. So it's not actually labeled stage 1, it's stage 15. This is the London Pretzel route. Just to refresh your memory, just like edition number 1, I have decided to contest for the green sprinter's jersey. I am making that decision prior to stage 1 for edition number 1 that I did. I didn't decide that till after stage 1, and I think it bit me in the butt a little bit. So I've decided I'm going for the green sprinter's jersey. Personally, I think I have what it takes. I don't want to be too arrogant. I don't want to speak too soon. But I think my power profile, my sprint, can carry me to top 20, top 10, top 5. I don't know. I apologize, these videos are getting out so late. FRR is a massive undertaking, and it takes a lot to do, takes a lot to schedule, and then I gotta rest and recover and refuel, and that takes a lot. And the last thing I want to do is watch a couple hours of my own footage, and some of these sprints I want to relive 100 times over. Some of them, spoiler alert, I do not ever want to see again. They're just bad. So one tactic I have going into this series or this edition is to try to sag off the back a little bit, and then in my sprint have a draft, ideally the whole time. That's going to be tough to do. There's only 21 people in this pen, so very small group, especially for something as high quality, I guess, if you will, as Flame Rouge Racing. So you want ideally a bigger pen, so it's going to be tough with only 20 some people. My idea was to sag off the back, have a draft the whole time, and just crush, basically. Here we go into the first one. This is the mall sprint reverse, not quite sure, so we're going into this, and again, that's my tactic. And then, honestly, I'm really here specifically only for the sprints. After my sprint segments are done, I just pull my butt across the finish line. Literally. Not trying to go for GC, not going for KOM. Don't care. So here I am, coming up to it. I am sagging off the back. I want to, be in the draft. Actually, I don't know where I want to be. This is, stage 1. I'm still trying to figure this out. I have... again, I have the forward sprint, and then I have the reverse sprint. So it's two separate segments. On some stages you get to repeat them, so you do have a second chance. Here's me sagging off the back, and unfortunately, it was stupid. I just dropped myself. I was like, wait, and I just waited too long. Look how far ahead everybody is. So that's kind of dumb. I mean, 1,045 watts, I'll take that. It drops down, goes back up to 1,000. Huge power, no doubt about it. Pretty good RPMs, solid heart rate. Across, yeah, that sucked.
That was a waste. That was a freaking waste.
And everyone gets confetti because they get a new PR on the segment. Not me. So, yeah, segment 1, number 1 of stage number 1. Absolutely bombed it. Not very happy about it. Again, fantastic power. I feel good about my individual sprint, my power, but, the timing was just horrendous, man. That's not going to get me a top 10, that's for sure. So, we got to do the whole route now, which included, oh boy, Keith Hill, Leith Hill. I don't know. We're going to speed up. We'll go through. The good news is I have a long time to recover. The bad news is there is a hill climb between the first sprint and the second sprint. So we'll pick this up. And again, I don't always have the luxury of leaving work every day to race in the prime time. I just don't. It's not entirely feasible for me in my work schedule. Sometimes I do. Not always. So it is just tough. And again, that's kind of why there's only 20 people in the pen. Probably doing this later in the afternoon. So we are descending, and we're gonna skip ahead now. Again, I don't care about the climb. I just have to complete it. I got one guy I'm working with here. So am I gonna draft him for the sprint? No, because he doesn't even go for the sprint. I do. I have to. I need these points. I gotta do as best as I can. I tried something a little new. Maybe you can see it in the camera. My face is very close. I put my whole body weight like over the handlebars. I realized I don't typically do that. So again, good power, good RPMs, and feel pretty good about it because I got number 1 in my heat. 11 seconds.
Let's go!
92 seconds, just shy of 12. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Feel really good about that. I tried a new form, leaning over. Obviously was quite successful, so very pleased with that. And then again, I gotta do the hill climb again. Don't care, throw it away, across the finish line. Feel really good about that one, dude. Big power, you know, mid-range finish on the first sprint, top finish on the second one. So, but that's just my heat. I gotta compare that with how everyone else did in their heat, and then we'll go from there.
All right, let's see the damage. 1,045 watts that first time. Dude, I hit huge power, 1045, on that first sprint, but my timing was horrendous. Dude, what an ugly first sprint. Pretty good second sprint, though, considering it was freaking solo, but yeah, that was ugly. Very ugly start, but gotta take it where I can get it.
It was cool to see I hit a new 30-second power with 700 watts, but it doesn't matter because the sprints I did weren't even 30 seconds long. The sprints I did do, I got 18th and 21st respectively. Just goes to show how steep the competition is for this. Meanwhile, overall, at the end of stage 1, I am sitting in 19th place for the sprint jersey. So definitely have my work cut out for me. Got a long ways to go. Got to improve. Got to race with better guys too.
Stage 2, edition number 3. This is in ITT. I have done surprisingly well on all of them prior to this. I'm hoping for good results. There are 2 sprints in this one and 1 climb, all timed segments. That's not super cool in my humble opinion, but we're gonna go for it. I have no warm-up and pretty cold legs, so I'm gonna send it.
This ITT is 2 laps of Miokyo all-nighter with 4 sprint segments. It's alley sprint and tower sprint 2 times. Again, it's 2 laps, so those are the only time segments. And we only do the rooftop KOM 1 time, and then the course ends shortly after that, actually. So if you've been following the channel for a while now, you might know that the individual time trial, or time trial of any sort, is arguably my worst discipline on the bike. In hindsight, which is what this recording is, I'm looking back watching this, I really should have just done zone 2, to be honest. Really had no need to push this hard. I'm not going for GC. I can't stress that enough. But also, I always feel the need to like say that out loud again, maybe to justify my performance. I don't know. Anyways, probably pushing a little harder than I really need to. But I have these 2 sprints on my radar, and because I want to do my best. Naturally, I always want to do my best, and I want to like put my best foot forward with all this. So keeping pretty steady power. Even, again, I really don't need to. And, man, I tell you what, these FRR designers are, like, fantastic because these courses are hard. Again, I'm not a big time trial guy. I feel like this is kind of long, though. Not only that, like, doing 2 laps. So, in addition, we get 2 chances at both sprints, which is nice. And then FRR takes our best time across each segment. It's not first across the line. It's just simply the time. So here we go. We skip ahead a little bit to the first segment. Kind of a late start, but I had good speed going into it. Cracked just over 1,000 watts. Get the RPMs up. And something unique about the segments in this course is they're pretty long, like 20 plus seconds per each segment. For me, kind of a long one. So I try to hold like a nice high power, and then I try to hold it steady, and then I try to ramp it up at the very end as well. So do just that. Feel really good about it, actually. Did really well. Set a new course PR for myself. And hummed. Take a little screenshot. Yo, second place in this category, in this heat, I should say. So time 25 seconds, 25 and a half seconds on the dot. Again, dude, that's kind of a long sprint, to be honest, I feel. And especially like holding the power, it's hard to ramp it up. So I do my best to like hold the power. I do my best to hit the line with some speed, with some power.
Here we go.
Not a whole lot of rest, just a couple of minutes of rest, and we're going for the next sprint here. Don't really wind it up, kind of snuck up on me. But I do my best. I ramp up the power. I try to hold 500 plus watts for the whole time. Again, sub 30 seconds or whatever it is. I see the green arch. A little more familiar with this one. And then I really stomp on it just before that crosswalk thing. Cross the line. Ooh, another new PR on this one. Feeling pretty good. Here on stage 2, Gnocchi All-Nighter, feeling pretty good. Actually taking a screenshot. 4th overall, again, in this heat, sub 24 seconds. So again, pretty long sprints actually. And for the record, this video series recapping FRR, I'm not going for GCE. It's not really stage highlights as much as it is sprint highlights. So if you ever feel like these videos are kind of weird and you're not seeing the race, well, I'm not really showing you the race. I'm trying to show you the segments. So winding up for another one. We had a nice long break after that previous segment, and this is another one. It's again pretty long. I'm always trying to like up my power. I'm gonna try to do even better than I did the previous segment. That's why I have 2 chances. So we go in this back alley here. My face so close to the thing. You guys grit your teeth and start your tongue when you sprint? I sure do. I think it helps. RPMs nice and high. Yeah, no PR on that one, nothing, so that's okay. I'm gonna skip ahead. Got a minute or 2 of rest. Gonna send it on this one, dude. I'm like kind of hurting now. 4 all-out sprints within an hour. Like I don't know. I don't practice this stuff. I don't do intervals. So do my best naturally, get the RPMs nice and high, try to smash again when it comes to this crosswalk. I do just that. Not nearly as well. And ooh, another personal best, which is actually fantastic. Forgive me, I don't have a screenshot of time or anything, but not too bad. Not too bad. I had to get with the trainer and do something. So then we do this rooftop KOM. Dude, again, it was just crazy. I'm not really racing it. My work here is done. I'm only here for the sprint segments, and we're set with that.
All right, let's see the damage here. Finish the ride. That's good thing number 1. 27.5 miles. 221 average. Meh. Cracked 1,000 watts. By 2 watts. 1,002 watts. Nice. Nice. Dude, that was a tough one. For sure. Did not like that as a TT route at all. 9-second power, 928. 10-second, 903. It's quite the drop off. 15 seconds, 857. This looks new. 17, 18, 837. And 1 minute of 461. That's cool. That is pretty cool. Highest power, 1,002 watts. Yeah, legs were kind of stiff. They weren't too bad actually, but those sprints caught me off guard. The one, I wasn't even ready for it. Got a decent time on it actually. So looks like I was top 5 of each one. That's exactly where I need to be in each time slot that I do race. Inevitably, I'll only go down, ideally just a couple, taking in consideration the other time slots. So if I want top 10, I mean top 10 is what I'm going for. But even top 20, I mean, I got to be in those top 5 sprints each and every time.
Despite getting 2nd and 4th in my heat, it doesn't really matter. You got to add the other time slots in. So I got 11th on the tower sprint and 15th on the alley sprint, respectively. So again, pretty good power, but you can't always measure it by how well you do in the heats. Might be an indicator, but that's not definite. So it puts me in 18th place overall following stage 2. with a total of 825 points. I'm actually tied for 17th, so doing pretty good. 2 stages in. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop a word of encouragement down below, and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one.